is a major factor in traffic crashes, and crashes involving alcohol are more likely to result in injuries and deaths than crashes where alcohol is not a factor. Increasing blood alcohol concentrations have been linked to increased crash risk. Male drivers, particularly ages 22 to 45, people with drinking problems and prior drinking and driving convictions, and drivers who do not wear safety belts and are disproportionately likely to be involved in alcohol-related fatal crashes, says Hingsman and Winter, 2003. Drinking and driving is one of the leading causes of death in the United States and has several different effects on society. There are several different reasons why you shouldn't drink and drive, and it's time to take a stand against this issue. Here's the overview. It is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. There are several different negative effects. This includes death, injury, and death of another individual who can be an innocent bystander, permanent injuries, jail and prison time, suspended license, DUI, which is driving under the influence, fines, car insurance increase, and with permanent injuries, you can make yourself end up in a wheelchair and you can deal with personal guilt for the rest of your life, also if you kill somebody due to drinking and driving. When a person consumes alcohol, it begins to shut down their normal functions that are within their central nervous system. Alcohol can do this because it is a depressant and can slow down the body. Some other functions that it can alter is cognitive skills, coordination, vision, and also processing skills, says NCADD 2015. And this slide just shows you the breakdown of what it can do. When alcohol is consumed, it passes from the stomach to the intestines and is absorbed into the bloodstream. As it circulates in the bloodstream, alcohol distributes itself evenly throughout all the water in the body's tissues and fluids, says Hingsman and Winter, 2003. What is a BAC? This is the blood alcohol concentration, which it simply is just the alcohol concentration in the bloodstream. And the levels can be altered differently depending on your weight and size. So depending on how you metabolize the alcohol, it can alter your BAC up and down. The legal limit is under 0.08%, so when you're above 0.08%, you are not able to be operating a vehicle, and when you do, it's classified as drinking and driving, and you can get a DUI. There are several different ways that the BAC levels can be tested. There's urine testing, saliva testing, breathalyzers, and blood testing. Breathalyzers are the most commonly used testing. When officers pull you over, they'll breathalyze you. They can make you walk in a straight line. And then over here is the little chart on the meter of 0.01 to 0.010. And 0.01 to 0.02 is when your divided attention reaction time and visual function are altered. 0.02 to 0.03 is tracking and steering altered. 0.03 to 0.04, steadiness, emergency response is altered, also eye movement and control. 0.04 to 0.05 is your coordination. 0.06 to 0.07, your information processing and judgment is altered. And then concentrated attention and speed control is from 0.08 to 0.09, and once you get to that point, you should not be driving. Law enforcement agencies primarily use breath testing, but they often convert breath test results to equivalent blood alcohol measurements because early drunk driving laws based their limits on blood tests in cases of alcohol-related traffic fatalities. However, blood testing must be used to estimate alcohol levels, says Hingsman and Winter, 2003. And here are some statistics. And the automobile is the primary source of transportation for Americans. Every day, millions of citizens depend on automobiles to carry them to and from numerous destinations. They provide ease of transportation and a large degree of personal freedom. While automobiles are normally safe to operate, if a driver attempts to operate his or her vehicle under the influence of alcohol, the results are often deadly. In America, each year, 16,189 people are killed and another 327,000 are seriously injured because of someone decided to operate their vehicle under the influence of alcohol. The age group with the greatest percentage of fatal drunk driving is the 21 to 24 age group, which is at 32%. The CDC also notes that people from the age of 25 to 34 had the second highest percentage at 27%, followed by people ages 35 to 44 at 24%. In 2012, 29.1 million people admitted to drinking and driving under the influence of alcohol. That's more than the population of the state of Texas. An estimated 32% of fatal car crashes involve an intoxicated driver and pedestrian. In 2012, there were 239 drunk driving related deaths involving children who were 14 years old or younger, according to the CDC. More than half of those victims with the children were in the vehicle with the drunk driver. There are laws and policies that prohibit extensive use of alcohol in driving, but what more can be done to prevent and reduce it? As individuals in society, it's time for all of us to take a stand against the issue. Do not involve yourself in drinking and driving, and do more about it to make it end. And there are a couple laws and policies and programs that include drinking is the age of 21 in all 50 states. There are sobriety checkpoints on major roads and highways. There are campaigns and advertisements that go on TV. There are school programs such as DARE. There are also people that come into the school that do interventions or talk to students, and they share their stories. There's also been ways where they role play, and they'll have the fake accidents in front of the school and do that kind of thing. Also, other interventions could be if the person is an alcoholic, you can take them to AA, get them into rehab, do counseling, and also family counseling. On top of all these laws, instead of the limit of BAC being 0.0% or higher, I think that the legal limit should be 0%. If someone consumes alcohol, they should not drive a vehicle at all. Another thing that could be done is more strict punishments. If someone is drinking and driving and is caught, they should not have their license back and it should be revoked. There are alternatives. You do not have to choose to drink and drive. Instead of driving intoxicated, you can call a taxi or an Uber. You can walk if you're close enough. You can have someone pick you up. There's also the option of taking a bus if it's possible and if it's on your route home. If you notice someone is intoxicated, take their keys. Don't enable them to drink and drive drunk. Here is a chart, and it's just showing that 0.15% is about 7 beers, and it's a serious difficulty controlling the car and focusing on driving. 0.10% is about 5 beers, which is markedly slowed reaction time, difficulty staying in lane, and braking when needed. 0.08% is about 4 beers. You have trouble controlling speed, difficulty processing information and reasoning. 0.05% is reduced coordination, inability to track moving objects, difficulty steering. 0.02% is loss of judgment, trouble doing 2 tasks at the same time, which just shows the BAC again. Here is a chart, and it just shows the different countries and what their percent of fatal car crashes are and any kind of road accidents that involve alcohol in the year of 2015. South Africa is number 1 at 58%. Canada is at 34%. United States is 31%. Australia is 30%. France is 29%. Italy is 25%. United Kingdom 16%. South Korea 14%, Germany 9%, and also Russia 9%. India is 5%, and China is 4%. Here are some images from some accidents that involve drinking and driving. So obviously you can see what can also happen when this happens. And then here's just a logo saying, I want you to not drink and drive, because you should not drink and drive, and you should also do more to test this issue and make sure that it is going to get better, and also to reduce the fatalities from this issue.